Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Hello, darlings. It is Belly Dancers of Color Collective tea time again. I have the awesome pleasure of sitting here with my girl, Jasmine J. Nouri. She is presenting Feminine Fire first Friday. Actually, it's not first Friday. Feminine Fire Friday on the 7th of March. This coming up called Self-Love is a Verb 2 because we did one last year. So we got self-love is a verb 2 because we did one last year. Jasmine, how are you, my love?
I'm doing great. How are you doing this evening?
I am fantastic because I'm talking to you. You're one of my favorite people in the whole wide world. I love me some Jasmine. That's my boo.
Ditto.
That's my boo right there, yo. If y'all don't know, then you about to find out who Jasmine is, what she's talking about, and what she is bringing to us. Jasmine, we experience, and I'm saying we, which is the Belly Dancers of Color Collective community, we do this wonderful offering called Feminine Fire Friday, where we get together, and sometimes it's a dance workshop, sometimes it's an energy workshop, sometimes it's health and wellness, but it's an opportunity for us to expand with different modalities and different skills that we can put into our magic bag. And so last year, Jasmine brought some good magic for us in our magic bag. And boy, did we have a good time.
A good time was had. A good time was
had. A good time was had by all. Jasmine was dressed beautifully in this green gown, and she moved us all through using our own energy for ourselves. So that's the self-love is a verb. We actually were in the action of loving ourselves energetically. And it was really fun. It was a lot of fun. It was fun seeing you take the helm as a leader in that way, presenting all the many things that you have learned and putting it together in your beautiful teacher librarian way that you do, and to bring us along. And so now you have the opportunity to do that again. So for the folks who don't know and who may be listening to us for the first time, can you tell them a little bit about J. Nouri, what you've been up to, what you've been studying, and how all of this has come to a wonderful, I would say, salad? Because you're bringing all these different things. It's a wonderful mixed salad, a fruit salad of yumminess and energy for this self-love is a verb offering. So that was a lot, but you got it.
Was a lot. I'm like, not a fruit salad.
A fruit salad. We got cherries and berries and oranges in there.
Well, like Adina said, I'm J. Nouri, and who I am really is a helper. I've been an educator for over 20 years. I'm a lifelong learner. I have lots of certifications and degrees and trainings. But the purpose of that is really so that I can get that information, synthesize it a bit, because sometimes some of the information can be challenging for people if they don't have experience with it. So I'm really interested in taking information and making it easy to access. And self-love is a verb part 2 really came out of me trying to help as many people as possible, but realizing that people have this energy themselves. They can do this energy themselves. So really just wanting to empower people in energy hygiene. People don't like that term. It's energy alchemy. It's really about a sustainable daily practice, cultivating your subtle energy. And people may think that's like a pseudoscience, but it's not. Chi, prana, bioelectricity, meridians, these are all parts of traditional Chinese medicine, Taoism, Tantra, Ayurveda. These are practices that have been going on for thousands of years, and it's something that's very accessible for everyone. So self-love is a verb. This particular workshop is about people being able to fill their own cup, but we're doing it through the lens of energy alchemy, and we're focusing specifically on grounding, shielding, running energy, and then releasing it. And really part of the practice that I'm inviting people to do is I'm going to show some exercises that they can easily access, but also for them to really reflect on the practices that they already have that can probably fit into those boxes and do this on a daily basis. It's a sustainable practice. We always talk about grinding and trying to, bust something out. That's not
Mhm.
sustainable. Usually, how you enter into things is how you have to sustain it. So that's why people burn out. So, really, what I'm looking for people to embody is a daily practice where you fill your own cup. We have beautiful community with belly dancers of color, but unfortunately, I can't live at the studio
Right, right.
Monday through Sunday. So there are times when I need to renew my energy, when I need to tap into myself, just for balancing purposes, just to exist in this world because there's so much going on. And so when you can't lean on your community, or maybe you can't lean on your family, this is a beautiful daily sustainable practice that you can use to literally, we're talking about literally, fill your energetic cup up. And it really is needed in these times that we're facing. I know a lot of people are having challenges, and so it is my joy to provide information so people can do that. They can fill their own cup. They can love on themselves, because self-care and self-love doesn't have to cost anything.
Right.
Think about manis and petties and getting your hair done, and those are beautiful, practices where you can, adorn yourself,
Mhm.
but there are very simple things that you can do to maintain yourself.
So Jazzy, I know what you're talking about, but there are
Mhm.
people out here who might be listening to us and they're like, well, what is it? Because really our culture has been so far away from really teaching us about energy from a proactive stance. People a lot of times feel like they're just subject to what energy comes their way. They don't really realize how we are attracting, we're magnetic, we're electric, we're all those things, and we're bringing it. And a lot of people can be um, really disconnected from what we're saying. Now, when you say energy hygiene, also
Mhm.
talk a little more about that, because the word hygiene does have a
I
connotation that
know.
surrounds it.
I
And so,
know.
what does that mean once they understand that energy works for us against it? Energy doesn't have a meter. It just is going to flow in the direction that
Mhm.
is calling it. So
Yeah.
having us understand how we do that and what that is.
Yes. Well, well, not everyone, but people may be familiar with the adage, where your attention goes, your energy goes. So a lot of the practices that we have really have you, the practitioner, focus in on what's happening internally. What are your thoughts? What are your emotions? And it seeks for you to develop a practice where you don't go so high or so low. The Buddhists call it equanimity, but we're talking about balance. You know what I mean? So no matter what's happening in the outside world, you have inner kind of peace and balance. And so there are various practices, and most people may do it already. If you do affirmations, right? Speak positively to yourself. That can fit into energy work. There's a lot of modalities that fit within these boxes that allow you to not be reactive, but it's
Mhm.
really a call for you to focus on what's happening internally in order to
Mhm.
with the external. And I know that's completely opposite of what we've been taught. You're supposed to muscle and of course there's actions that you can take, because we are talking about practices, but many of them would fall under what we would consider contemplative practices. So that's mindfulness, that's being aware, that's being in your body. So often, we have so much stress from our day to day. People disassociate. So they disconnect from their body, they disconnect from their feelings. But that's really where the juice is. That's really what's
Okay.
going to liven you. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
even if they're scary feelings, even if they're challenging feelings, it's necessary to be able to experience them, knowing that they are an experience. You don't have to get trapped in there. That's where you can do breath work, you can do movement, you can do visualization, you can do
Mhm.
affirmation. There's so many modalities
So many
that
fun
that
too.
I've probably taken a
So
class in because I love to
fun.
take class. People use their discretionary income for like purses and stuff like that, or trips. I take classes, y'all.
Nice.
And that's what I do. That's my love. And really, I just want to share it with people in a way, like I said, that's sustainable, that that helps their lives. I really care deeply about people, and I see that so many people are having challenging times. And so this is one of the ways that I can support my community. Is really part of like a active love letter to the world. This is how
I
I love
love
everybody.
that. I love the love letter to the world. So what I hear you
Mhm,
saying is when you don't understand the power that you actually have, which is your energy. We know
mhm,
that our energy and our motion is energy in motion. And if we're
mhm,
not using our own emotions for our benefit, then they're being harnessed by some other we can say whatever
mhm,
that you're putting it into. It could be the news, it could be your job, it could be something that is not necessarily savory, but do you want to put your energy there? That's
mhm,
where the hygiene comes in, is what I'm hearing you saying, where you're
mhm,
starting to be clear about how you're running your energy and deciding if you want to run it that way or not, or if you want to bring it back, roll it back, and use it for you. What are
mhm.
some ways you can use your energy for you when you become conscious of it? Like no matter what it is, if it's a scary movie, like I don't like scary movies because
I
I
don't.
recognize how they made me feel. I used to try to watch them as a teenager. Then one day I was like, I don't like this. I just stopped. But because it was harnessing me in a certain way. So I decided to put that energy back into me instead of letting it, scream it out, watching some, fake scenario. What are ways that you see and you have learned that we can utilize our energy that we have rounded back and called back to ourselves?
I mean, manifestation, and I know people think manifestation is some like woo woo woo, but no matter,
Ooh,
you know, I always like to
ooh.
say the Ooga Booga. I'm down with the Ooga Booga. I like the Ooga Booga. It doesn't
Yeah,
bother
me
me.
too. I'm a juju mama. Juju.
But I mean, just being able to create everything first starts from a thought, right? And I know people are like, well, how does energy connect with that? All of those things are alive. Like we talk about chakras, and so some people generally know about chakras because they're pretty popular and trendy in today's society. Um, so yes, all of those things can help, and the different chakras do represent different systems and different emotions. So those things can all help you manifest, but it really does start internally in your thoughts and how you're running your energy. Are you giving your energy away? I'm a highly empathetic person, and like I said, I'm a helper. But part of my journey in using energy hygiene or energy alchemy is really being aware of when I'm people pleasing and when I'm, you know what I mean? And when I'm not even, and this is why I came up with self love as a verb, where I wouldn't even stop to go to the bathroom before I'm running out the house because I have to get to work. I have to go do everything. You put everyone else ahead of you. So part of energy hygiene is really being aware of what's going on inside of yourself, setting healthy boundaries, and having practices where you really are restoring your own energy. And yes, you can run your energy through your chakras, or you can simply breathe, or you can do some simple movements, some hip circles. There's really simple practices that connect you to your body. And even if you don't know the names of all the chakras, I mean, because there's lots of different energy centers depending upon the tradition that you follow. But you don't even have to have that direct knowledge because you have an internal knowledge. You understand this. Even without doing anything, your mitochondria are creating energy. Even without you consciously doing something, your synapses in your brain are sparking, right? Even without doing anything, you have meridians in your body that channel this energy. So all of this thing is already working in you. So with a bit of practice and a bit of focus on yourself, then you can cultivate those things, not only for, like I said, manifestation, but you will feel better. You will have
Mhm.
a peace because you're taking time for yourself. And even if you don't know the dynamics of everything that's happening, you are just being with yourself for a moment. Most of the practices that I'm going to teach in our workshop are just 5 minutes. We'll have longer ones. They'll be available on my YouTube channel later on, but just 5 minute practices. So for a total of 20 minutes, there's different exercises that you can do to cultivate your energy. And really, it's about focusing, like I said, on the internal, being aware, being embodied, focusing on yourself. That's really what self love is a verb. Two is about. It's really about focusing on yourself, giving yourself time, being aware of your internal environment, and going from there.
That's so dope. That's so dope. Like I said, I was at the first one, so I already know what to expect, and I'm excited.
Mhm.
For someone who is new and this may be their first time coming, I'm glad you shared that the practices are 5 minutes. You know, it's doable for a beginner and it's doable for someone who's done it too. It's equally as effective. I think sometimes people feel like that they can't really change it or they can't really make a difference. But that is the trick, because we really can. We're sitting on the power, but we've been taught that we don't have the power. But as we start to use energy alchemy and breath and visualization and all those kinds of things, then when you start to see it, it really gets good. You know, it really
Mm.
gets good. So we are excited for Self Love is a Verb Feminine Fire Friday, this Friday, March 7th, with Jay Nouri in Lanham. If you are available, do come down, get your tickets. They are available now. I know, Jay Nori, you said we're ending with the big dancing orgasm. So
Yes.
give a little bit about that without giving it away. Like, let them know why they need to get in this dancing orgasm.
Well, it's about collective energy. I love my belly dance sisters, so it's all of us together. I think one of the things that makes it such a beautiful practice is that you can see the power of collective energy. We all, of course, have beautiful individual power. We're talking about like personal power as well as subtle energy or chi or prana, whatever you want to call it, whatever name you want to use. But we also have beautiful collective power. And so we harness that a bit, add some breath into it, and then we have a very beautiful experience. And this year, we're doing it through dance because we're dancers.
We're
So
dancers, damn it.
we're
We're dancers.
dancers. And even if you don't come to belly dance regularly, the movements are ones that you know. And it's really about a celebration of being in your body and just loving on yourself, taking time out for yourself to be in community, to be in fellowship, but also just to be in connection with your own self. That's a beautiful practice.
That's amazing, Jasmine. I love that you've been taking this time to study Tantra and about our bodies and energy work and then intertwine it with belly dance. I know as a belly dancer, longtime belly dancer and belly dance instructor, when I tell people about belly dance, sometimes when they don't really understand what it is, they'll think they'll over sexualize it in their own mind. And even as they speak it back to me, it's like, oh, so you dance for men? It's like, no, I dance for me. You know what I mean? The men can enjoy, but it's really not about them. You know, I dance with my sisters, you know, like we're healing together as we do these
Yes.
dances. Are they sensual? Yeah, because the feminine is sensual and beautiful and how we move our bodies. And is it sexual? Not necessarily, but it looks the same, but it's not that. How do you deal with, or I don't want to say deflect, but maybe enlighten those who are miseducated or just don't understand what tantra really is and what energy work actually does?
I mean, what Tantra really is about unification with whoever you, most high, God, whatever you want to call it. It's looking at pluralities and nature. And the one that most people focus on is the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And so we know that a lot of practices and healing modalities become trendy. So it's not just about the ooh la la, it's about the transformation. And it's, once again, it's about your relationship with yourself. And for me, also relationship with who I experience as the most high. But uh, it's challenging because people do like the salaciousness of tantra, but it's more than just sexual positions or breathing with your partner. It's really about unification and realization that we are all connected.
That
And
part.
so the beauty, people think about, sexual connection, and that is part of it, but they don't realize that there's people are taking a more literal translation of what is more symbolic and metaphoric. We're
Right,
talking about unification, but what's the ultimate unification, right?
right.
It's with the Most High. And
That's
so
it.
there's beautiful expressions between, masculine, feminine, or whoever you get with. That's beautiful too. And the greatest expression of that is what Tantra is really about. And I would also say about belly dance too, when people try to sexualize it, it's such a beautiful practice. And because I belly dance, whenever I look in the mirror now, I love every part of myself. I love every iteration.
Let
And
me
that was
shake
never
my
the case.
rattle on that
That was
because
never, that's not even how I was raised. I was raised to stay out the mirror,
yeah,
be humble, right? And so I internalized a lot of shame around being seen or being in my power. And so belly dance has completely transformed that. I love myself
hey,
unequivocally.
I got chills just hearing you say that. It's like when a sister can experience herself as an actual embodiment of the goddess and look at herself and like, yeah, our work here is done. That's what we came to do. Yes, that's
And I
dope.
have beautiful sisters. Like this is such a beautiful community, and it really is a healing environment. And that's one of the reasons why I'm so excited to be able to share it with our community, but also want to invite the community at large, just so you can experience this. Because some, like prior to belly dancing, I didn't have these experiences with other women. It was much more contemptuous, much more just all the negative stereotypes of women relationships. And
Yes.
that's not what I have at all. And I'm so grateful for I wouldn't trade it for anything.
I say. So what should people bring? What should they wear and what should they bring if they're coming out when they come
Mhm.
out on Friday to self
Yeah.
love is a verb too?
Too. They should dress comfortably. I'm not request. I love green, so I'm going to be wearing green. So if people want to wear green, but really, truly, I want people to come comfortable. They can bring yoga mats or blankets or something, because some of the exercises that we will be doing are going to be ones where they can lay down and just be comfortable. We'll be doing some meditation, some visualization, some breath work. So if they need to sit on something comfortable, that's fine. We'll also, I guess, have seats. There's seats there as well. So if you don't want to sit on the floor, um, but just be prepared to come and dance. So be adorned and comfortable,
Hey,
but
be
become
cute and comfy. Cute and
cute and
comfy
comfortable is
with your
the
yoga mat. Cute,
requisite.
comfy with
I'm
the
going
yoga
to be
mat.
looking gorgeous. I have a
She's gonna
gown,
be
so
gorgeous. She is
with a
leading, but she's
crown. That's
wearing
what I'll be
green.
wearing,
Oh, crown? She's crowning.
and a
Crown the
crown.
goddess. All right, my love. Well, you heard it from Jay Nouri herself. Self love is a verb too. Is happening this Friday. What's the month? March.
March.
March 7th at 8 o'clock at Dragon Academy. That's in Lanham, Maryland, 8807 Annapolis Road, Lanham, Maryland. We will be really diving in deep on this energy work and loving ourselves, having a good time, leaving there feeling good, 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 with actual techniques we can take back to utilize when we are together and when we are apart.
Yes.
Ashe?
Come out. I'll
Ashe,
be there.
Ashe. Okay, I'll be there too. Anything else you want to share with the people? Because otherwise, they need to just get in here if they want to see what it's all
Yeah,
about.
I mean,
Get
even
in
if
here.
you're not sure what's going to happen, just come and see. It's a safe, calm environment. Like I said, many of these practices that I'm going to lead, you probably have already done. It's not Ooga Booga. You can be any denomination, you can be any faith. It's fine. You come in, everybody has energy pulsing through them. So it's fine. You can have whatever beliefs, be whoever you are. Just come love up on yourself.
Let's
That's the energy
love. Let's
represent. And be
organize.
open to love
Let's.
yourself and hopefully build out a practice that you can do every single day just to sustain yourself.
I love that for us. I love that for us. Thank you for those who are watching. We will share this on our media channels and invite your friends to come out, those who are open and ready and willing and able to dive deeper into love with a beautiful group of sisters. Is it open to men as well?
I wanted it for the sisters. I guess the guys, we didn't ask that.
I
Just
know we
because we're
didn't, but I'm
dancing.
asking you now. What do you feel more
I'm
comfortable
gonna say it's just for the sisters, and we'll later on we'll have some other
with? Okay.
openings. But yes.
Okay, so self love is a verb, is a feminine fire offering
Mhm.
specifically designed for the feminine. And the brothers, we got something for y'all later. We're just
Yeah.
working on our love for ourselves right now so
Yeah.
that we can love you better later. So thank you, Jasmine. I love you and I appreciate you. I look forward to self love is a verb too. And we'll see you Friday at 8.
Yes, I look forward to.
Yay!
Thank you so much. I love you so much, Adina.
I love you.